trust becomes the platform which sets the wheel in motion to then get after achieving, respecting, and empowering. And that is this loop that I call the care loop.
Trust sets in motion to achieve, respect,
And
and what was the
empower.
last one? And empower.
Right.
And that's what creates the care loop. Okay. So now explain to me each of those four. So trust, I get. Well, I think we all get the concept of trust. I think we understand very little about what I need to do in order to get you to trust me, or what it is you need to do for me to trust you. I don't think we know that mechanism.
So
But
the
tell me
first,
what each of those four. Yeah.
so the care loop is an acronym. Being a military guy, I love
Yes.
acronyms, and especially acronyms that are in alignment with what I want you to remember. Right.
Right.
What I want you to remember about the heartbeat of building a team is that it's about caring.
Mm-hmm.
It's about caring for each other and showing how much you care. Teddy Roosevelt has this great quotation. I suspect he said it something like this: no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Right? So, CARE is the acronym of connect, achieve, respect, empower. And it's a loop. I want you to think of it as a circle. Now, they're not all sequential, they layer on top of each other, right? We're constantly connecting. It's not like I'm just going to stay in my connecting phase until people trust me, then we're going to go try and do something. No, each one of these things you build more and more trust, right? Okay, Mr. Mills showed up on time every day this week. I trust him a little bit. Oh, he's saying what he's doing about vacation or whatever those things are, right? After you've established this trust, and as you're establishing trust, then you have to look at what a team is built for. Teams come together for one reason and one reason only: to achieve something, right? It's not like, oh, let's just build a team because it'd be fun to be on a team. No, we need to build something very specific for that mission. The mission, whether it's in the civilian world, I'm not talking militarily here. I'm like, what are we after? What are we trying to achieve? Why are we building a team in the first place? Most people don't align a meaning with a mission. If you are really detailed about what the mission is, people know the purpose. They know why we've come together. They have a front sight focus on it, right? So many people forget to align the meaning. But even if you've built some trust, connected people together, and have an achievement like, hey, this is where direction we're going, you're still just at a directed group. You haven't transitioned to a team yet. The way you transition to a team is then moving to respect. That's the third component of the care loop. And respect isn't just about having mutual respect and being nice to people. It's about inviting the conflict in. You see, the goal of respect is to create contribution. You want everybody on the team to contribute. You're not after a one-sided team where you do everything I tell you to do. You're my robot and I'm the brains, right? That's not what we're about. Inviting the conflict in is hard because it requires the leader to remove their ego, step aside and say, hey, this is what I'm really not good at. And I really want to hear from you. What do you think we should be doing? How can we be better at this, right? And then when we've invited the conflict in and people start going, oh my gosh, he or she listened to my idea. It's a great idea. And I'm going to think more and contribute more. Well, now the machine of the team becomes a learning environment where it's continually improving. Now we're into a team dynamic. And going from the next phase, closing the loop, is empowering. And why do we empower people? And why is it so hard? Number one, we empower people because we want them to have ownership. We want them to make the decision if we're not there. We want them to move as quickly as they can, but doing it with the intent of what the team is all about. And why is it so hard? Because it means the leader has to give away his or her power. And that's hard for leaders to do. Again, ego, insecurity become the main blockers there. We've worked so hard to finally become the leader. Why do I have to give it away? Because they should be doing what I tell them to do because they're here to work for me. Wrong. Most people can't even get to the respect or empowering phase because they're still stuck in the thought process that the team should be about me. I'm Mr. or Mrs. Authority. No. No, the whole team dynamic is about action. And that's where the respect comes from. So once that loop is closed and people start to realize, like, oh my gosh, I don't have to worry about these other things because the team leader is taking care of me because they're serving me. And that's how I serve the team. Then you're moving into what I call a high performance team. And then the final piece is taking the care loop and expanding it outside the direct area of the team to your indirects, the 4 C's of your customers, your coworkers, your contributors, and your community. And when all of them feel part of your team, they won't let you fail.